What's up, fellow lightsaber and steampunk like-minded freaks? Today in this video I'm going to show off something that's been in the works on and off for about 8 to 9 months now. This is a brass Graflex replica, all 1-to-1 ratio. And basically what this is what a Graflex would look like before you put on the nickel coating. And of course I had to do it in a steampunk theme. And so, yeah, this video goes out to all the steampunk lovers like myself out there. They get way into this genre, and you know, I love it. This is a lot of fun. I'm really proud of this build because it does a lot of different things that I'm going to show off. I'm going to have to break this video up into maybe 2 or 3 segments. I don't know yet. I'm just doing this on the fly. But as promised in the previous Crystal Chamber video, I said I was going to show this off, and so here we are. About 9 months ago, just before Christmas last year, I saw a video on YouTube by a sabersmith and a genius programmer named Andres Kuhn. And he's out in Germany, and they've been making leaps and bounds on this card that's Arduino based, called the DIYino card. And when I saw his presentation video on, you know, all the steps and the experimentation they were going through, he had this blade effect that was using the new Neopixel technology, and I'm not going to give it away till the end. But once I saw this video, I had to go on this journey, and it's been a journey. This has been one of the more challenging installs. For me, learning from scratch the Arduino format, it's quite the undertaking. So this is a big deal for me to finally get to a point where I'm stopping here and showing a progress video. I mean, of course, they're never done. Are our lightsabers ever completely done? You know, I don't know. I'm always taking them apart and putting them back together with updates, and so there's no exception to this one. But yeah, so pretty much when I read the first manual on, or the first presentation of what this can do on fxsabers.com, I had to do it. You know, I read that this is compatible with LED string blade technology, star LEDs, your Tri-Rebels, your Tri-Crees, and then also the new Neopixel technology. So what I didn't know going into this is, were the soldering pads on the card configured so that I could make all 3 happen in the same hilt? And that was my mission when I purchased the card from Andres, and he shipped it over. And once I started looking at the wiring schematics and the diagrams and everything, I discovered that it is absolutely possible to make this thing do 3 different blade types in the same saber hilt. So that's the gist of what I'm about to show. I'm going to dive right in with the blade types because I think that's kind of the most exciting thing that this thing can do, rather than, you know, right away showing off the hilt and the internals. I'll probably put that in a part 2 video, because the way this works is I literally have to plug my old trusty MacBook Pro directly into the card inside the hilt, and I have to open it up every time to upload new software for every blade type. There's only so much programming space on the card, and it can only hold enough programming space to control each blade type at a time. So bear with me, and I'm gonna go ahead and start out with the string blade. And kind of what I'm trying to do with this is a history of the blade types that, you know, we've been using over the years with FX sabers and custom sabers. And so the LED string blade, of course, is going to be first. I mean, even though that the electroluminescent or EL technology was the first to hit the market, there was no way to incorporate that type of technology in this hilt, which would be a 4th blade type, because it uses a mini transformer, and then it's a whole nother set of you know, wiring and battery requirements. So, you know, that, like the first Anakin Attack of the Clones in 2002, was an EL blade lightsaber, which was basically a piece of indigo rolled up in a blade, and that's how they lit up the saber. But anyways, right away, Master Replicas went to the LED string blades, and so we're going to show that one off first. Of course, I took a page out of Space Windu's stuff, and he convinced me that LED strings look really good in photon blades and you know, red enhanced blades, and so this is in an enhanced blade. You know, I've got the diffusion material in there, and one of the things I've done on the laser cutter, which is really nice about the laser cutter, I don't know if you can see it, because this is the iPad recording right now, not my phone, so it doesn't do great detail, but I needed to be zoomed out so I could show you guys the blades. But I made an acrylic setting in there, and this thing is rock solid. The way that I've made the frame in here with multi-layers, and then it's got the Ethernet port that I did on my Master Replicas conversion. And you know, I thought it's about time that, hey, let's incorporate this conversion into something you know, updated and modern. And so here we go with the DIYino card. Same deal here. I can go ahead and fire this up, and the first font is going to be Shamin's Doctor Who. And so any font that I had in the library that kind of reminded me of, you know, old time, classic, old fashioned type of stuff, which Doctor Who's one of them, and you know, time traveling and all this stuff. I decided to use some of those fonts on this hilt. And then, you know, the green photon blade was kind of cool because, you know, you've got your like glowing green screwdrivers and stuff on Doctor Who. So I'm gonna go ahead and fire this up, and then we'll put it in the hilt just like I did with the other conversion. And so, you know, in there is the Ethernet port again. I may go back to round aircraft plugs, I don't know, but for now these are just kind of fun and dependable, easy to drop in. You don't have to like really look for, you know, the holes to get it in there. But you know, I do like the look of the aircraft plugs, the round pins better, but these are just kind of easier to use and set up, and you know, they're quicker, and so for now that's just what I'm gonna do. And then we'll see in the future. I might go back to the aircraft plugs, we'll see, because those are pretty sweet looking. But anyways, let me fire it up, and we'll go ahead and insert the string blade. And so we'll get a good connection, and it just drops right into place. So these are a blue LED string inside of a green photon blade. And so this thing is insane. I love it. I mean, it looks like some crazy, one of those real glow sticks where you take it out of the bag and you crack it and it starts to glow. That's about what this looks like. But just to show you that it does sequence up and down in the current program setting that it's on for the DIYino. There's that. And then let me see if I can get the scrolling. There you go. And back down again. I think it's more obvious on the turn on the ignition. So there you go. So there's the string blade in that mode, and then we'll go ahead and move on to the RGBW Cree bulb that I made for these, and put it, and it's already installed in the Shoto length blade that I did for if you were to do a conversion over to LED stars. So there we go, power down. Now one of the things I have to remember to do after I pull the LED string blade out and get ready to switch it over to the other mode is when I open the hilt, so I don't have the computer plugged in and the battery turned on at the same time, I have to use the turn kill key to shut off power to the saber right here. And now that I know that that's off, I can plug in my Mac and plug in the data cable right here. I'm going to show close-ups of this hilt in the next video, but I just want to run through the blades again. So we're going to plug it in. It ignites the card, and of course I put my own personal signature on there for myself. And I know you guys can't see the screen over here, but basically once you're inside the Arduino program, You can select the 3 different blade types in here by commenting them out or not commenting them. Right now, LED strings is not commented, so that's why it's in that mode. Let's comment it out and move down to Luxion. And we're gonna uncomment, we're gonna take the dashes off of that, the forward slashes, and then, I don't know if you can see when this goes to upload. Let me hit upload, and it will compile the program on the screen. And I had to make a custom tiny cable in here. I've never done that before, which was a micro USB to micro USB to get it into the card with my hilt configuration. Right now it's compiling it, and now you can start to see it writing it to the card. You can see it flashing green right now, which is kind of nice on this DIYino card because it's got a red, a green, and a blue light already on the board, which, I don't know, it's some nice kind of internal hilt accents. But there it goes. It's uploading the Star RGBW Cree program to the card, and when it's finished, it'll do the boot sound again. Okay, so we can unplug it. It's done uploading that part of it. We'll go ahead and grab the Shoto length RGBW LED blade. I need to turn it on again with battery power. So we'll turn the kill key. And then I'm going to go ahead and change the font to the next one. We're in config mode. And now we're into a reconfigured mode, a font of Hoth. I believe this is it. So we'll come out of config mode. Now I'm going to put the Cree Star LED RGBW in the hilt. Let's fire it up. And then find the socket. Let's see, make sure I got it in right. It is in the upward direction, and in it. Here we go. I said it was easy, and now it's gonna make me a liar. There we go. All right. So there. You can tell the difference, of course, right away with the Star Cree LED because it's really bright towards the hilt, and then, you know, not quite as bright towards the end. But there's a lot of configurability on this saber, which is one of the other nice things about this card. If I shut the blade off and I go into config mode and I double click, I can change the volume on the fly, and I can change my main blade color and blast color and clash color all on the fly without having to plug it into anything. So let's go try to find, like, I don't know, a nice Jedi blue or something. There's green. There's like a nice cyan blue, dark blue, magenta, white, Sithy red. And so there's your clash color. We can change that as well. So then we hit and hold. This is all one button mode, which is another thing that I really like about this card, is you can access all the features on it with just one button, which is a real hilt space saver. It does have an aux button on it, but I'm just not using it right now because I kind of found out that I like that this is unique with the one button. So let's go out of config mode, and then we'll fire it back up. And you'll see that it saved the last color, which I left it on kind of like a Sithy red. All right, so there is the Star LED, showing that it works in that mode as well. Let's power it down, and we can go ahead and pull it out. And then, again, I have to shut the hilt off to upload the next program. And the next program, we're going to go to Neopixel mode. So I'm going to put the forward slashes back in front of Luxion, take them out in front of Neopixel, and then I'm going to plug the computer back into the card. Upside down. There we go. And it's going to play the boot up again, because the computer USB supplies power to the card. And I've already got it ready to go, so let's wait till she's done and it's fully booted. And then we're going to upload. And it's compiling the program now. Get a little progress bar on that part of it, and then it goes into upload mode, and that's when you'll see the green light flashing really fast. There you can see it right there. So that takes about, I don't know, 10-15 seconds to upload each program. And so here we are, we're gonna go into Neopixel blade mode. And if you guys are kind of new to Neopixels, watch Space Windu's videos. He's got some amazing tutorials and really breaks down how these new Neopixels work. And it's definitely the future technology for lightsabers with all kinds of tricks and animations. So we'll unplug this one and fire up the saber again. I'm going to go to the next font. Go into config mode. There's the volume. Whoops. Let's go back to sound font. And here's just another good lightsaber sound. And, all right, so let's fire it up. And here is our Neopixel blade. And just to make sure I get a good connection, I kind of like to fire the saber up, and there she is. All right, so here you get your scrolling. Let's see if I can get that on the camera. Which should be a nice smooth transition. There you go, butter smooth. And then again, we can go into our configuration menu with the Neopixel in config mode. Now we're on main color, so I can pick whatever color I want in the presets. Nice green, cyan, nice blue, and then our clash color. So I'm gonna leave it like that. We'll leave it blue. We'll make the clash color kind of like a fire orange or yellow. And then also there's a third setting that I didn't show called blast color. And with the animations, you get blaster bolts randomly up and down the blade, and that'll show up as a different color. So there's 3 color profiles you can select on the fly with this card. So let's fire it up. Okay, so there's your blue. Let's do the clash. There you go. There's your orange. Whoop. Do the orange. And then I don't know if we can get the bolts on there, but we'll try. If we can get them on the camera. There we go. Hopefully you can see them. There we go. They're like red bolts showing up on a blue blade. All right, let's power it down. And now what I'm gonna do, I'm going to tighten the blade retention so we don't lose connection again. There we go. And so now what I'm gonna do is with the Neopixel blade, I'm gonna disable power and I'm gonna upload a new program, which is a Neopixel animation. And the whole reason that I got into installing this card into this hilt. So let's connect our computer again. And then we're going to go down and we're going to activate the animation. And we're going to re-upload the program. And here it goes, compiling the software again. Progress bar is going, and now it should be uploading. Yep, I can see it right there. Activity light. This is a bigger program, so there you go. Alright, let's unplug it. It's uploaded. Let's fire up the saber on battery power. Let's go into config mode because I'm going to change the font. So this is a custom sound font I did just for this blade animation. And I call it Slave to the Saber. And it's a dedication to one of my favorite ships, which is the Slave 1, as you guys know. And so wherever there's a slave ship, there is fire! So this is unreal. And this to me is definitely the future of lightsaber blade technology. Let me show you the clashes. And so it's actually an animation that's just running down the blade that looks literally like fire. And Andras put it in a Kylo Ren lightsaber, which looks incredible. And so let's do the clash. And so when this happens, it just starts going crazy. The pixels are going crazy. Lighten up from end to tip. And then you get a white flash on clash. You get a white flash on clash for your clashes. There you go. Of course, I had to do these sounds for the clash. So there it is. Technically 4 different blade types. I don't know if animations is considered a 4th one, but there it is. It's pretty sure this is the first in the world. I like those, as you guys know. And so I'm gonna go ahead and shut off the video, turn on the lights, go into close-up mode, and we'll show you guys the Steam Flex lightsaber from top to bottom. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. May the Force be with you. Be right back.